from Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. It's Week 5 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Green Bay Packers.
From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at Paul Brown Stadium here in Cincinnati, Ohio. The enthusiasm of this Cincinnati crowd in full effect a moment ago as their Bengals took the field to the delight of this sold-out crowd. And they're all set as they'll match up with Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talked about storyline. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Here come the Bengals now to take over. And leading them out there, their 6'5" quarterback.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there was also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
They'll throw on first down here with Palmer. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. The numbers for Eifert in that game last week: 6 catches, 54 yards.
And I'd certainly expect them to use him quite a bit because he runs excellent routes, has good hands, and knows how to get open.
From the shotgun, it's Palmer. He'll drop this one down to Mixon. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down. You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And that is incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Complete to Kellen. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. From midfield now, here's Palmer. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And this punt sails over the sideline. And the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line. We get our first look now at Aaron Rodgers in his 17th season now with the Green Bay Packers. And, of course, coming off a great 2020 where he took home the MVP trophy.
Now, the meeting we had with him this week, that's one of the briefer ones we've ever had, isn't it?
He wasn't too happy after last week.
Not happy. Really determined to play a whole lot better, and he really can't play a whole lot worse. He's got to go out and show the team that the goods that he exhibited early are still there. Otherwise, he could lose the confidence that they have in him.
I'm hoping to get rid of that interception bug. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Here's Rodgers to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Completes it to Jennings. And he is going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. But Charles, a tough task ahead for this defense, trying to slow down Aaron Rodgers. What would you be trying to do?
I would think about selective pressure, Brandon, and what I mean by that is he's going to eat you up if you blitz him too often because he'll read that and go to the man coverage patterns. But every now and then you bring that pressure at him, make him deliver the ball on time. It's when he keeps the ball, maneuvers out of the pocket, and throws deep, that's when you're in big trouble.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. The numbers for Green a week ago, 12 carries, 52 yards.
I can't remember the last time we did a game and a coach didn't talk about establishing the run first. But they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that, but they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect them maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more later in the game. Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone, and there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Gets it off to Freeman. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 22-yard line. Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, and he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. This is hauled in by Driver. Touchdown. There. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Packers have taken the early lead. This is a crew. They've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because, you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you really have. You're in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. You know, get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their 2nd drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Palmer will throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the third down stop. Now it's Palmer. He dumps this off to Dillon underneath. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On the handoff, this is Dillon. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Second and 11 now. Now Palmer. Quick completion here to Johnson. And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Off the play fake. Here's Palmer. And a quick throw here. That's complete. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. Now it's Palmer. That's caught by Kelly. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 35. Throwing now, Palmer on 1st down. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the 1st quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing. But they watch the film as well, so they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. From the gun, it's Palmer. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And with a 3rd and 13 here, the defense in a dime look. Now Palmer to throw. He'll check this down, complete to Dillon. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the 1st down. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to and knocked him down to force a 4th down.
Around the NFL, a game going on in Washington. And it's Washington out to an early lead. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Packers offense here coming back out for their 2nd drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 3 yards the gain there, second down. To throw is Rodgers. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That throw good for only a couple and brings up third down. Now it's Rodgers. He's got Green. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
They'll run on first down. It's Green, and he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Rodgers. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
Tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
On first down, it's Green. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. From the 38, Rodgers, slant to Adams. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 22-yard line.
And another nice catch there for a first down by Davante Adams. That's something we're quite familiar with. Last year, the NFL leader in touchdown catches with 18, tied for 2nd in receptions, 5th in receiving yards, add it all up, arguably the top receiver in the NFL.
Rodgers now on first down. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted. To throw on 2nd and 10. Rodgers, he's got Freeman here. It's complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Rodgers to throw. And the Packers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they get him down at the 1. He had the broken tackle, but ultimately could not get into the end zone. And they'll run again. And that play's not going to get him in as he stopped right at about the line of scrimmage. And they held him out on 2nd down, and now here's 3rd and goal. Now Henderson. And a second effort gets him in. Touchdown, Packers. It's the fullback with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Packers add on to their lead. And that's why you have the fullback, Charles. Couldn't get it in the play before with the smaller guy. Turned to a little more power. They score it.
And that has to warm the hearts of a lot of old-school football fans. They love when they get to see a little bit of power football.
Extra point try now for Crosby. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So that drive spans 13 plays, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Now Jones. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Bengals set to take over. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while, get at least 2 first downs, give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Now the Bengals on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. To throw is Palmer. And caught right side, Green. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
As you know, so many things in the passing game are based on yardage. Sometimes it's just based on timing, and that's what we saw right there on that play. 3rd and 3, just get the ball right to the receiver.
This is the hitch route. And tell us, what is the hitch route?
Yeah, just take really one step, like you're driving off the line of scrimmage, get the defensive back on his heels, get the ball out to the receiver, and he does the rest.
Dillon now on 1st and 10. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Throwing is Palmer. And the catch good. It's Eifert. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll try and run for the first with Dillon. And just shedding him off there. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Palmer. Caught Eifert over the middle. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Play action. It's Palmer. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
But nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Now Palmer. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. They'll get 11, but still a little short. Fourth down.
Well, don't tell any defensive coordinator I played for, but that might be considered a win for both teams because defensively they stopped them short and forced the fourth down. But offensively, they picked up enough yards to give their kicker a better shot if that's what they want to do.
So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. He hit his first, now this from 43. And his kick here is good. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success at least so far here in the second quarter. From the 30 on second down, Rodgers. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. The Packers on third down. No problems to this point. A perfect 5 for 5. This will be 3rd and 5. Oh, trying to get that to Adams, but that's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way, and the head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
They'll run on first down. Dillon down to the 30 after a gain of 3. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now here's a throw. It's complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
First chance in the red zone for the Bengals now. This is 1st and goal from about the 8. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are a 2-point conversion away from tying this football game. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
A little surprising they wouldn't go for 2, but this is up and good. And this is now a 1-point game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. On first down, Rodgers. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
To try again after the sack. Rodgers. The reception good for 7. It's third down. The final shot before half for Rodgers. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So we've come to halftime here with the visiting Packers out on top. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you, too, in just a bit. But first, let's get everybody caught up with what's going on around the NFL here in Week 5. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. In our game has been Aaron Rodgers, who was on target in the first half. His guys lead, though, by only a point. It's been a tight one. As for the start of the third quarter, we'll send it back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. So here are the Packers now to take over. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. Rodgers will bring the Pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. Off-play action. Rodgers. He finds his man complete. That's Freeman. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. It's a big play there for Green Bay.
It doesn't look like this defense found the magic elixir at halftime. This offense was rolling in the first half, and that's continued here in the third quarter. Another big play right there.
So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Now Rodgers. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Geno Atkins, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5.
Like the footwork back there, and I thought he did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Tried to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Another try after the first down sack. Rodgers. He finds his man complete. That's Freeman. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. It'll go in the books as a sack and a loss of a yard, but more importantly, it leads to 4th down. And keep in mind, in addition to the 2 sacks that he now has, CD, he's also had a couple of quarterback hurries. He's been very disruptive.
To put it mildly, and it reminds me of the time I asked an offensive tackle who struggled like this in a game. He said he was telling the coach, hey, what do you want me to do? This guy's just eating me alive. And the coach finally just looked at him and said, applaud.
And Crosby puts it through, and that'll move their lead up to 4 now. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Palmer now. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Here's Palmer to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Here's Kevin Huber now as he'll kick it away for the second time. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to...
Yes, I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. The best way to do it, touchdowns.
Five yards remain on second down. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage. Well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Now Rodgers. Over the middle, complete. It's Freeman. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stopped him well short.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Now Palmer on first down. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
Couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. A give for Dillon running right. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40. 2nd and 8. From the shotgun, it's Palmer. And that's complete. It's Green here. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Out of the gun, Palmer. And that will be incomplete.
The one with the dime look that time on defense just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And that'll bring him back within a point. He's got 9 points on field goals now. He's made 3 of them. That gets him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these 3s into 6s.
And for him, it's not his concern, right? He just goes out there when they call on him and goes ahead and puts points up on the board. But the offense has got to get together and figure out what's stalling their drives, so they have to keep calling on him.
The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
A running play here on first down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Rodgers now to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Freeman. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Here's Rodgers to throw. He finds his man complete. It's Freeman. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. This is brought in at the 21. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Cincinnati set to take over once again. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
And Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there and couldn't do a whole lot with it afterwards.
On first down, it's Palmer.
Now swing pass for Dillon.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short. Now a handoff to Dillon. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Looking to throw. Palmer. Complete to Kelly. That catch good for only a couple.
Second and 8 coming up.
From the gun, Palmer.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up third down.
On third down, Palmer. To Mixon on the check down. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up fourth down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So out comes the field goal team once more. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. And this one is right down the middle. And with that, the lead changes hands here in this third quarter. Another drive bogs down, but for the fourth time, they're able to escape with 3 points.
And this last one gives them the lead, so that's a good thing. And they've needed every one of these field goals, but it has to feel good to them to know that confidence is there. If we do bog down, they'll give us 3 points.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. On first and 10, here's Rodgers. And fights through one man. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. 3 quarters have come and gone. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. To throw, it's Rodgers. Over the middle, complete. It's Green. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Rodgers going to throw. Gets it off to Freeman. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. Second and 2. Play action. Now it's Rodgers.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
He did a fine job there not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free. And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10. Throwing is Rodgers. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's second down.
It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
After the sack on first down, Rodgers eluding the pressure right. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at third down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Tries to hit Jennings, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They'll begin the drive with a run by Dillon. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Here's 2nd and 9. Just a yard on that last run. Now it's Palmer. Complete to the right side. It's Eifert. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. Palmer will throw. Johnson's got it complete. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. They'll throw on 1st down here with Palmer. Oh, no, he lost the football. But I think a Bengal player was able to get in there. He was. And they'll keep possession of the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage. But I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So they keep the football, but now face 2nd and long. Here's the big man Dillon with it. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. Now Palmer on 3rd and long. Got his man. It's Eifert. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
That pattern and scheme was well defensed on 3rd down. He tried to just sprint from one side of the field to the other, and they got it to him quickly. But no chance at yards after the catch there, and they stop him short.
Here's Kevin Huber now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Looking to throw again on second down. Rodgers.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
To throw again on second down. Rodgers. Green brings it in.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this...
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Carlos Dunlap, the Florida Gator, chopping his way to the quarterback.
Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. Now it's Rodgers. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That catch good for 5. It's third down. Throwing now is Rodgers. Buying time to his left. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short. A solid run of 11 there as he tucked it and ran, but he's still short of the marker, and it's 4th.
That was a good effort there trying to do it on his own, but as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you, and if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front 7 can get him down.
2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the fourth quarter. Now Rodgers got to have this one. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. One crisis averted, but they still need to move hastily. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. A throw over the middle, taken in. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On first down, it's Green. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll keep it on the ground. Green. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, second and goal. Now Rodgers. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Third and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. If you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
Here as they have some options on 4th and goal.
This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to take the lead here in the final minute. The kick by Crosby is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. He hasn't missed a kick all year. Why would he start now?
That's a great question, isn't it? Well, maybe because that was the most nerve-wracking kick he had to attempt all year. But he knocked it through just like it was an easy chip shot.
And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Complete to Eifert.
Not much there, only a yard. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Packers, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to the Windy City to take on the Bears. Meanwhile, for the Bengals,